Hello there, Andrew Anderson here with 21to21.com Profit Consultants, and I put together this video because of an email that I got from one of my partners, Ryan, and basically in the email we're working on a project together with my other partner Craig, and he said, you guys put together the colors that sell shit for us, and we're putting together some website information and whatnot, and I started thinking about it because it was kind of funny, and Craig thought it was too, and said he would get right on it. But seriously, he nailed it. Along with Frank Kern there of internet marketing fame, he says basically the same thing. Why are we all in this business in the first place? It's to sell our shit, man. We've got to sell our stuff to other people, or we won't stay in business. And I was thinking about this, and started off tongue in cheek, but it got a little bit more serious about it. He was absolutely, both Ryan and Frank Kern are right. We're all in this business to sell our shit, and so why not take advantage of the different things that we can do, and one of them is colors, because colors do matter. The right color can make a huge difference in your sales, and so I want to talk a little bit about that and go over some of the information. This is not going to be an in-depth video on it, but basically, I want to discuss a couple of things that happen subconsciously when we're dealing with colors, and this works with everyone except those who are colorblind. And that obviously aren't blind. So, but basically, I don't want to get off on a tangent here. And it is early Sunday morning, and I've only had 2 cups of coffee, and it's the first night I got 8 hours sleep in about 4 days, so I'm getting a little bit giddy here. But basically, with the logo for 21to21.com, I've got red here, which will stop you in your tracks, and there's I'll talk more about this. We've got green, which should bring up money, and then black, which should bring up going from, well, anyway, this is what I had in mind. You can tell me if I'm crazy or not. But I had going from the red to the black. So as a profit consultant, that's what we want to do with companies. We want to take companies that are in the red and take them to the black. And so therefore I incorporated that in our logo. Whether it actually works or not is totally up to there, but even if it only works subconsciously to bring that image up, what the heck, it's something that we can use, or what we should all be using to get people to subconsciously want to buy more of our shit. So here again, red does work. It absolutely positively does, and we'll pull this up in the frame here. For a couple reasons. One, you'll notice she's got red lipstick. That usually, in females, is a sign of arousal. So, therefore, most red-blooded males, and if you swing that way for your lady, it would cause attraction there. So, that's one of the things that I think the early Egyptians figured out, that they started applying makeup, and red lipstick was one of the first pieces of makeup out there. So, it does work, and there's a reason for it. Also, too, red is a sign of reptilian brain. It stops us in our track. It means blood, and bright red is usually arterial blood, which either means one of two things. One, that there's food available, or that there's something munching on somebody else, and that we need to get that out of Dodge. But either way, it stops us in our tracks and will help us bring attention to whatever it is we're doing. And this all happens subconsciously. Most people don't think about it, they don't realize it, but it does happen. So let's see what we've got here next. Green, for instance, should bring up the thought of money, which is always or can be a good thing, as I mentioned before. So is this a cheap parlor trick that by using green to get people to think of money? I don't think so. I think that in this day and age, and why not in every other day and age, use color to your advantage to get people to subconsciously start thinking in the ways that you want them to at least be open to purchasing your product, i.e. buying more of your shit. So we definitely want to think about using colors this way. Now, if you want to sell to the crowd that makes over $100,000, which according to, I think, I'm not sure these days, but to the government, you're supposedly rich if you do that. Ha ha. But the colors that they like the most are a forest green, a light gray, and a IBM blue. And so you might want to keep that in mind if you're going after more affluent clients. Also, one of the things that's going around the block, and I've heard this from a couple different people whom I respect, is that orange buttons outperform any other color buttons right now by about 15 to 20% just by changing the color of your button. Even if it's only by 2 or 3%, why not try it? So orange buttons will help you sell more of your shit and get them to buy more of your shit. So that's basically what your customers, that's what we're here for. So you want to make sure that you take every advantage out there, and why not try it? Test it out for criminy sake. So, and it's easy enough to do. Now, if you want to really not sell more of your stuff, then this is the thing to do. Go with a dark background with light text. It automatically has been proven over and over, time and time again, to attract 50% less responses, or less than that. So whenever you see a whole website that's light on black, then you should look at their product and stuff, but know that they don't know very much about marketing, because they're automatically reducing responses they're going to get for whatever it is that they're selling by at least 50%. So say no. Use it sparingly. I'm going to try and give you an example of how to look at it here, and they use this correctly. They've got basically what we have on this slide is a dark black background with white text, or I think this might be cream. And they've got red, which stops for your attention, and then they've got the White Capitalism magazine here, which is great. I mean, it's an attention getter, but you'll notice they have dark copy on most of their text, so that's a good way to use it. Is it the best example? No, but I just wanted to give you a general idea of how to use it. Basically, what I just wanted to let you know is, or try and convey in this, make sure that you find colors that work for you and your audience, not just the ones that you like. Typically, if you have, unless you're with the mainstream, most of us like colors that 75% of the other people don't really care for. You may like blue or black, but the other person next to you is not going to. And there's also colors that are associated with women and men, in that pink is usually associated with women and blue is usually associated with men. Now that's social inputted, and it can depend on which country you're in, and it has a lot of other psychological reasons for doing so. But in general, there are if you take a look at the broader scope of the population, there are going to be colors that work for a majority of them and colors that don't work for a majority of them too. So just keep this in mind when you're looking at websites, and make sure that most importantly, that if you're going to do it, make sure that you have a light background and you're using dark text, and the colors can obviously vary. So anyway, I hope you appreciated this. I had fun putting it together, and here again, you've got to have fun with your marketing, you've got to have fun with your business, because otherwise you really won't sell as much to your audience, and you've got to liven it up a little bit, and make sure you use colors to your advantage in your website. So anyway, Andrew Anderson for 21to21.com, and remember, red to black, that's where you want to be. So hopefully this little video will help you sell more of your shit, and good luck and have a profitable year this year. And we'll talk to you soon, and make sure to check our my blog out at 21to21.com.